Hi guys, so we're now at Fort Augustus to do a wee cruise on the Loch Ness. We had a coffee at a cafe called Ripples, very tasty. Cappuccino and Rocky Road. We're going for a little stroll up and down and see what's going on. Since you worked for Scottish Canals, she's a right wimp. That view is amazing. Just taking the boats for a walk.
You know what? Turn the camera off.
Stupid bitch.
Yeah,
Good.
you.
Yeah, you there. I'm glad you heard that.
That's what we're going on. Maybe?
That's what we're going on, guys. It's quite smooth, isn't it?
They're a bit smooth.
Legend of Loch Ness.
Legend of Loch Ness. Legend of Loch Ness is a custom-built cruise ship which complies and is operated to British Maritime and Coast Guard Agency regulations. For your comfort and safety, the captain asks that you remain in your seat whilst we transit the canal out into the loch. And also, upon our return to the canal, it is important that you remain seated until the vessel has come to a complete stop. Please listen to the following safety announcement. In the unlikely event of an emergency, it is important that you follow the instructions given through the vessel's public address system and directions given by crew members. Adult life jackets are stored under the seats in the saloon and upper deck. Child and infant life jackets are also carried on board. Donning instructions are clearly displayed in the saloon, aft deck and upper deck. Crew members will assist if required. The muster stations for an emergency evacuation are on the port and starboard aft deck. Life rafts are located at the aft of the vessel. These will deploy automatically or manually, and crew members will instruct and assist you to board them. The captain asks all passengers with children to please be aware that running is not allowed on board and your children must be with you at all times. Standing on the seats or handrails is also not allowed. Please keep dogs on the lead and do not allow them onto the seats. Please use the litter bins throughout the vessel and never discard rubbish over the side. The entire Legend of Loch Ness vessel is a no smoking zone, so there is no smoking or vaping permitted anywhere on the vessel. We have a bar on the lower deck with a good selection of beers, souvenirs, and of course malt whiskies. Toilets are located on the lower deck. If you need any further help or information, please feel free to ask a member of the crew. So now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the wonders of Loch Ness in the Great Glen of Scotland. But please, don't feed the monsters.
of Loch Ness. Just so everybody is aware, we did end up leaving around 6 minutes after the scheduled departure time. So when we come back a little bit later than expected, that is the reason why. We'll make sure everybody gets the 50 minutes that they were expecting. Now, behind the bar downstairs we have Collar, upstairs behind the wheel we have Sandy. My name is Liam, I'm the bald guy that will be walking around the boat. I'll answer any questions that you might have during your journey. We are all Scottish. If you're struggling to understand any of us, there's lots of whiskey behind the bar and it will translate most of the words that we say. The pre-recorded commentary is in Scottish audio too. We have this digitally translated in as many as 15 different languages. Find the QR code poster beside me here, scan the QR code relevant to your language and it will appear on your mobile device. If we do not have your language, just revert back to the whiskey and you will be okay. For now, sit back, relax and enjoy.
Loch Ness is part of the Great Glen of Scotland, a geological fault line which runs from under the North Sea in the northeast to the edge of the Atlantic shelf on the southwest. It cuts Scotland in two. The rocks which form the Highlands of Scotland were laid down in warm tropical seas far to the south of the equator. More than 5 mysterious creature in the loch was in 565 AD by St. Columba, a Scots-Irish missionary. Further sightings occurred in the 19th and early 20th century, but in 1933 the story suddenly exploded with a series of unusual encounters and photographs. During the 1930s we saw the development of infrastructure throughout the Highlands, and with that came an influx of people. More eyes on the loch can only mean one thing. The most famous picture, that of a graceful neck protruding from the water, will always remain the most iconic image of the Loch Ness Monster. There have been many attempts over the past 60 years to solve the mystery. Cruise Loch Ness has been part of this research and has been actively exploring the loch since 1968. The Loch Ness Investigation Bureau was established by a collective of passionate professionals who initiated a 40-year vigil of Loch Ness from the early 1970s until 2010, hoping to establish definitive proof of Nessie's existence. They were successful in capturing several unusual images which are still studied to this day. One member of this investigation, Dr. Robert Rhines, captured underwater photographs of the flipper of an unusual creature, adding further evidence to this ongoing mystery. The first full loch sonar sweep took place as part of Operation Deep Scan in 1987, where 20 vessels moved together across the width of the loch in order to scan the depths. There were 7 major contacts made with the high-tech equipment, which elevated the interest in the monster. Project Urquhart was a groundbreaking study carried out in the early 1990s. The exploration was made up of many different elements: core sampling, sonar targeting, and geological studies, to name but a few. The results propelled the Loch Ness phenomenon forward. There was clear evidence of a more diverse ecosystem, with many species living at unexpected depths. More recently, the University of Otago, New Zealand, carried out a DNA analysis of Loch Ness in 2018. They identified more than 3,000
fallow deer, and we have an introduced species called Sika. Sika deer came over from Japan in the early 1900s. It was a very long swim for them, but they made it nonetheless. We also have numbers of wild mountain goats. They could be white, grey, black, brown, or a combination of those colours. You can find the goats close to the water, up high near the hilltops. You can even find them in...
Focus, focus, focus.
Nope.
There we go. Hi guys! So, Loch Ness cruise, what's it called?
Cruise Loch Ness.
There we go. It was interesting.
There's not a lot to see.
No, I didn't know the water was like so black.
And deep.
And deep. I knew it was deep, but black, like 2 meters under, can't see a thing. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, subscribing, and we'll see you soon. Bye!